Hi guys, welcome to our channel. We mostly talk about cricket, but today we are going to talk about an important historic moment in Indian sports history, and that is India winning Thomas Cup in for the first time in the history of 72 years of this tournament. For those who are not aware, Thomas Cup is like the Davis Cup in tennis, where countries with teams actually play each other to see who is the best badminton team. And men's tournament is named as Thomas Cup, and women's tournament is named as Uber Cup. And today, for the first time on our channel, we have a very special guest and a friend of mine for a long time. His name is Mr. Akash Joshi. So please welcome Akash Joshi to our channel. A little bit of introduction about Akash. He's actually a very ardent follower of badminton and all Olympic sports. Actually, he follows all Olympic sports, and I usually take his information, very creditable information on all Olympic sports. So Akash, first of all, I would just like to know your initial feelings like India winning this Thomas Cup, which is dominated by Indonesia, China, and countries like that. I remember in 2014 when Japan won this, it was such a big deal, like Japan breaking the China Indonesia domination, who have won. Indonesia has won 14 times, and China has won 10 times and Malaysia 5 times. And Japan winning was such a big achievement. And now today we have India finally breaking the barrier and winning Thomas Cup. So I just want to know your thoughts on how big this is an achievement.
Yeah, I would say this is a much bigger achievement than 2012 bronze medal or even the Sindhu's 2019 World Championship. Because if you win a Thomas Cup, it means you have a very good strength. And this is the first time in the Thomas Cup history, I think, an unseeded team. Because in Thomas Cup, there are four seeded teams, and India was number five. So they were not even seeded in the Thomas Cup, but they went on to win the Thomas Cup. So it's one of the most important tournaments that India has won in badminton.
Yes, and I would just add a little bit of history. Like Thomas Cup started in 1948, which is a long time back, and the founder of Thomas Cup, General Thomas, actually was a 21 time All England champion and also a good tennis player. He's made the double semi-final in Wimbledon, and he created this tournament with the intention that not just the best players get to play against each other in individual capacity, but we also know the best countries. Uh, so the first time when Thomas Cup was played, actually America played Indonesia, Malaysia, and they had a lot of great players who had never even seen each other. So it was through this tournament that America and Malaysia faced for the first time in the first Thomas Cup. But that is past and that is history. I won't take much time on that. That would be for another day. But let's start with the 2022 tournament, Akash, and let's start with the initial stage of tournament. Like, just describe how India's journey was and how
See,
India
in,
progressed through
in,
the tournament.
in Thomas Cup, in Thomas Cup finals, there are 16 teams divided into four groups. So India was clubbed with Chinese Taipei, Germany, and Canada. Canada and Germany are not a very big powerhouses in badminton, so we won quite easily 5-0. But if you look at the Chinese Taipei match, it was a very important match because if you generally top the group, you will definitely have a very good chance of getting a medal. But if you see the lineup against Chinese Taipei, this was the first real competition for India, I would say. And the first match
Mhm.
was between the Asian Games silver medalist Chao Chan Chin against Lakshya Sen. I think Lakshya Sen had some chances in the first game, but he somehow lost the game and he eventually lost a thriller in 70 minutes. But the second match was the repeat of the Rio Olympic Games group match, where the surprise Olympic champions Li Yang and Wang Cheling defeated Satvik and Chirag in straight games. And I would like to add Satvik and Chirag are one of the most important pillars for our Thomas Cup victory. And I think they lost only one match, that too against the Olympic champions. Then Shrikant easily defeated Wang Sui Wei. And then the main problem with India team was that our second men's double team was not good. So MR Arjun
Yeah.
and Dhruv Kapila, they are good, but
Mm,
they are not at the level of the Chinese or the Indonesians or Denmark, etc. So we basically
mm,
had four teams instead of five teams. So somehow we
mm,
lost the tie. But
mm,
HS Prannoy again won a very important match, but still we
mm.
lost the tie 3-2.
So we
And in the
lost this.
quarterfinal,
We lost this match to Chinese Taipei. I mean, after losing this match, did you still have any hopes that India will eventually qualify for semi-final and
for
final
the
and win the
first time
tournament?
in the Thomas Cup, I would say 4 to 5 to 8. It means the other, apart from top four seeds, all the other non-seeded teams are equally capable of getting the medal. So I had little bit chance, but when I saw Malaysia, I really thought that the chances are very weak because currently, if you see in the BWF circuit, Malaysians are dominating the doubles along with the Indonesians. So it was really very
Mm.
tough to say India will definitely get a medal against Malaysia.
Okay. From here now, we move to the. So India then somehow managed to. India did not top the group, right? So India were
Yeah,
second in the group, as I understand.
yeah, and they have to face Malaysia, who were the group toppers.
Okay. So now let's move to the quarterfinals now. So I think quarterfinals was
Was between
against
India and Malaysia.
India and
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, so I'm not sure if I have the quarterfinal. Yeah, yeah. So okay, I don't have the quarterfinal lineup, but I'm sure.
No,
Like,
no, I will.
can you can you
I
describe the
Yeah, yeah.
quarterfinal, like what happened in the quarterfinal?
The quarterfinals. The first match was between inform Lee Zhijia. Lee Zhijia is
Hmm,
the former All England champion and is in the prime form.
hmm,
Lakshya Sen
hmm,
started well until
hmm,
1919. In the first game,
hmm,
it was 50-50. But then
hmm,
Lee Zhijia went into the mode of Lee Chongwei. So you
hmm,
know how Lee Chongwei used to play after getting the first game. He defeated Sen in the second game quite easily. But I would say
hmm,
Malaysia did a very big blunder in the men's
hmm,
doubles because they had 3 to 4 options who can easily defeat
hmm,
Satvik and Chirag. But instead of
hmm,
choosing that, they chose an scratch pairing of Go and Isyuddin. Not a scratch pairing, but
hmm,
they picked up Go and
hmm,
Isyuddin, who had
hmm,
-4 head to head against Satvik. So they played 5 matches out of 6 matches, out of which 5 matches Satvik and Chirag have won. So we have to also give
hmm.
credit to some of the foolishness of Malaysia also, because
But I want to understand one thing: why Lakshya Sen was always playing the first singles and always losing.
yeah,
So, is there any
see the
strategy be-
no, that's
behind
not a
this?
strategy. The thing in BWF tournament, unlike the Davis Cup, the higher ranked
Hmm.
player should play the first men's singles. So he was the higher ranked
Okay.
men's singles player from India. So he played,
Oh, Lakshya
actually he
Sen was
played
the
with
higher
all the
rank.
tough guys. That is world number 9. So he played
Okay.
with tough guys.
Oh, okay. So,
So
just
second,
I'm just sharing the screen. So this is basically the tie between India and Malaysia. So you can see Lakshya Sen losing this like he did against Chinese Taipei, and again we see Kidambi Shrikant, such an important part of this team. Actually, he's probably is the reason, along with Satvik and Chirag. I mean, two confirmed games every tie. They gave us two confirmed
see,
days,
see,
confirmed
see, the
wins.
toughest
So,
match I would say, see, we had
mm,
30% chance in the first match. So we lost the
mm,
match. Lakshya Sen lost the
mm,
match. If you go for the
mm,
second match, we were the favorites because Satvik and Chirag has
mm,
already defeated Go and Isyuddin 5 times. So in the second,
mm,
if you see the third match, I don't think Ang Se Yong is a guy who can defeat Kadambi. And if you see the
mm,
fourth match, that is the men's doubles, we don't have really any chance. So instead of going with our second men's doubles, we went with Vishnu and
mm,
Krishna. So they lost quite easily. But the most important match I would say was HS Pranoy. He played most
Mm-hmm.
important match of his life because he
Mm-hmm.
already lost to this Jong Ju Yan Hao in
Mm-hmm.
the Asian Badminton Championship in 2019. So that was a
Mm.
very pressure match that HS Pranay won for India.
And Pranoy
And
always used to play the last match where the score will be tied 2-2. So he had to be the match winner in many of these occasions and win the tournament, win the match. So yeah, so Pranoy's contribution cannot be forgotten, along with Kidambi Shrikant and Chirag Shetty.
you can
I
see, you
will
can say the experienced players did the bit for India this time.
Okay, now coming to the semi-final. Now, this is the semi-final, India versus Denmark. So, talk me through a bit about the Victor Axelsen is, I think, the number one player in the world. Like
Yeah, yeah, he's
he's
the
the
number one player. He's the number one player. He's a reigning All England champion. He's a former world champion and a current Olympic champion. So it was
yes,
quite
and
expected that. But one more thing I would add: this match was not as if Laksh could not win because Laksh has
mm,
recently defeated him in the Swiss Mars in the German Open. So we had little
mm,
bit of chances, but Victor was in his mood. So he played a
mm,
quite fantastic match and they won the first match 13-21, 13-20.
mm,
And if you go to the second match, there again,
mm,
I would say what they did now, they have Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen. They
uh,
usually
mm,
play together. So they split the
mm,
combination in such a way that they can challenge Satvik and Chiraj, and they can easily win in the second doubles against Krishna and Vishnuvardhan. So I
oh,
think
okay.
the strategy of Denmark was quite good, and usually Satvik Chirag little bit struggle against the Danish players, but it was
Yeah,
a
this
I
is a
would say
very
this was
close
a
match. 20 to 20 in the last set. So this is a very close
yeah.
match, right?
So this was a very good match, I would say. But again, if you
Mm,
see Kadambi's match here, Kadambi is playing
mm,
world number three, Anders Antonsen,
mm,
and the start.
mm,
See the main problem here in the Impact Arena was that near side the
mm,
drift was very high, you can say, because of the very big arena. So it was very
mm,
difficult to play from the near side than the far side. So Shrikant
mm,
started with the far side, so he won the first game quite easily. But against the drift,
mm,
he struggled. But somehow in the third
mm,
game, he played a brilliant match, and India was 2-1 up. Again, if you see,
mm.
the main hero of this match was HS Pranoy because he has
Yeah.
to play a higher ranked Ramesh Gamke. And if I say he
Oh.
had a little bit of slip in the first game. So if you see now, he was
Mm,
11-4 down in the first game. So I thought,
mm,
चलो ना अब तो कोई chance नहीं है कि is underperforming in
oh.
the semi-final. But in the second game, if you see the score, he literally started dominating out of nowhere, and he decimated Ramesh Gamke, and India reached the
Mm.
final of the Thomas Cup for the first time in 73 years. So I would say this one was one of the toughest matches that India could have
And
ever faced.
and we were all happy that India had reached the final itself. Like that was itself a very satisfactory moment because India had never won a medal in Thomas Cup before. But what happened the next Sunday, I mean after the Saturday, was even more shocking when India went on to win the final against Indonesia, and that too by a scoreline of 3-0. So just take us through, Akash, what was your view about this final lineup? And everyone came out firing like Lakshyas and Kidambi Shrikant,
See, this
Satvik.
was the
What?
first match in the quarterfinals, semi-final. See, in the
Mm,
finals, if you see the head-to-head, India was going to win 3-2
mhm,
because if you go by head-to-head, so there was little bit of chance. But Indonesians have legends, especially in doubles and in singles,
mhm,
they are equally matching India. So it was a
mhm,
50-50 match, but we
mhm.
performed excellently well in the final. So
And
first
again,
match was
Satvik,
between.
yeah,
See
please
here,
continue.
if you see, if you start with the first match in
Mhm,
badminton, there are three types of player. One are the
Hmm.
fast players. Second one is
Okay.
as fast as Anthony Sinzunka Ginting. He's a super duper fast player. He plays,
Hmm.
he literally flies on the court. And next one is
Hmm.
Lo Ken Yu, who is the current world champion. So if you
Hmm.
start with Anthony Sinzunka Ginting, he was a very clever. He started with a
Hmm.
far side, which is a very good side for a to control the drift. And you can easily
Hmm.
see the score line. He decimated left in 21-8.
Yes.
So those who don't know about badminton, the toss is very important in badminton as much as in cricket. So
Oh.
in the second game he has to play with the tough side. So from the
Hmm.
tough side, he lost the game 21-17. But again, if you go in the third game, he was starting from the good side until point number 11. So he was in the lead 11-4. So from
Oh.
11-4 down, Lakshya Sen came back and won six straight points to get onto the lead and then win the match. I think Sen will always remember this match because this match
Hmm.
decided the future of the Thomas Cup. And if you see the
And
next match, it's
yeah, next match again, Satvik and Chirag. I was just going to say that 1921. I mean, another close nail biter match won by
see people who
Satvik and
don't
Chirag.
don't the people who don't follow badminton. Mohammad Hassan is as big as Sachin Tendulkar in badminton. He's a three-time world
Hmm.
champion. So
Hmm.
Mohammad Hassan is not being paired with his usual partner, that is Hendra Satyevan, who is also a 2008 Olympic champion. So
Hmm.
he was paired up with Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. If you see, Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo is the fastest player from the front of the front side of the front side of the court. So it was a very thrilling match. And the experienced
Hmm.
Indonesians started the match with a bang. And they won the first game
Hmm.
21-18. In the second game,
Hmm.
India saved 4 match points. Can you believe it? We
Oh,
saved 4 match points against
wow.
a pair like Mohammad Hassan and Mohammad Hassan
Hmm.
and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. And third game was
Hmm.
even tighter. But what the great strategy I liked about Chirag. Chirag, his
Hmm.
serve was excellent. He served low services.
Hmm. And uh, Akash, I think
Agile, I
we'll.
would say.
Yeah, yeah. Please continue.
So,
Yeah.
so this, I think, this one was the one of the most memorable match. So after 2-0 down, Jonathan Christie, who's currently one of the very good players, have won 2 tournaments recently in 2022, was facing
Hmm.
the current World Championship silver medalist Kidambi Srikanth. So again, this
Hmm.
time Srikanth started with a good end. In the
Hmm.
after 18 all, he somehow won the match 23-21 with a cross-court smash, and India created history to win the Thomas Cup for the first time. And India is only the sixth country to hold this magnificent trophy.
Yes, and only I think Indonesia, China, of course, they are the most decorated ones, and then Malaysia
Malaysia.
has won it 5 times, and
Yes,
Japan,
one more
Denmark,
thing.
and India.
After 2014, no team has retained the Thomas Cup title. So badminton has been more diversified in last
Yeah.
5 to 6 years. You can see a Spanish girl winning a world championship 3 times and an Olympic champion. So badminton is currently in a
Mhm.
very good health, and India is definitely on a good path, I would say.
But if I see this, semifinals and finals, I have to give a lot of, I think, credit to, Satvik, Chirag, Kidambi, and Pranoy for not even losing a single game. I mean, isn't that just amazing? Like, they did not
Yeah,
even lose
yeah.
a single game in the tournament. So,
No,
hats
no.
off to
Satvik Chirag lost 1 game to the Olympic
lost to,
champion.
yeah, that is Chinese Taipei. Yeah, they lost to
Yeah,
Chinese Taipei.
Liang
But
and Wang Chiling.
Kidambi
But
and
that doesn't
Pranoy, I think
count.
they were perfect.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So experience
But they
paved
won
the
the
way for
crucial
India.
matches. Yeah, they've won
Yeah,
very
yeah.
close matches against very good players, very fast players
Yeah,
at the net, as you said.
my heart rate was above 100 when I was watching the men's doubles, especially
Hmm.
in the finals. So it was quite a
Wow.
memorable tournament for India.
Okay. So Akash, just sum up like uh, where does this lead India now? What do you see the next big steps in Indian badminton? Like we have had a few champions always like Sindhu and Shrikant, and now we have Lakshya Sen coming up. We had Pulela Gopichand in the past. We had Prakash Padukone in the 80s. But what do you see this turning out like this Thomas Cup domination that we had? Uh, so, how do you see it as the future for badminton in India?
I would say the future is quite good, but I'm a little bit
Hmm.
skeptic about the men's double. And one more thing, we have to give credit to the important coaches like Vimal Kumar. Vimal Kumar,
Hmm.
we cannot forget his contribution. He's the main man who helped China reach world number one in 2015. And you can see,
Hmm.
I was literally emotional to see Vimal sir holding this prestigious trophy. We can never forget
Hmm.
the contribution of him in Indian badminton. I would say the if we improve on men's double, we have very
Yeah,
good
and I
chance to
think
retain this
Vimal
cap.
Kumar is a name that gets overshadowed by Pulela Gopichand because Gopichand Academy has produced, but we almost forget the name of Vimal Kumar. He gets overshadowed, but he deserves his credit here, I think.
Yeah, but he was the first man to hold this prestigious trophy. He was the head coach for India in the Thomas Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than
Uh,
this is the only tournament I know where coaches also get medals. So he has
oh,
joined the ranks of Lee Yong Bo, Park Jobong. They are all great coaches. Rudy Hurtado. He's also in the league of great coaches who have holders this great trophy. So that's a very
uh,
good thing for the coach also.
Akash, do you see any chance like we will get a men's medal in Olympics in Paris 2024, like Satvik Chirag or maybe Kidambi Shrikant or someone can, or Lakshya Sen even can pull off a men's medal for that is one thing that we have been longing for a long time now. So, do you think that will be a very gratifying moment for Indian sports fans?
See, the chances are there, but at present moment, we don't know about China because they have a
Hmm.
very good system with them, and also you have
Yeah.
Japanese and youngsters are coming up because of the
And
COVID
you have
protocol.
Victor
Many
Axelsen.
youngsters, yeah,
And you have
Axelson
Victor
is also
Axelsen.
there. Yeah, Axelson
Yeah.
is
When
going
will
if
Victor
he wins
Axelsen
the.
get old? I'm waiting for that day when he will get old
No,
and
no, there are a lot
retire.
of Axelsons in badminton. I would say the greatest threat to Indian badminton, especially in upcoming Commonwealth Games, will be Lee Jia. I think it's one of the incredible talents who's coming up from Malaysia. So the
Hmm.
chances are good, but at present we can't predict future, especially in badminton. You have to play 13, 14 tournaments, form get up and down. So it's quite
Hmm.
important. I would say the players should now get some rest, enjoy the moment because this moment comes once in a lifetime. I would rate this
Yeah.
as big as his 1983 Cricket
Yeah.
World Cup. So that's a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
big thing for Indian badminton fans, especially
Yeah,
a fan
this
like
certainly,
you.
I mean, a team victory always means a lot more than just an individual victory. And this is the first ever team victory by an Indian badminton team. So definitely this is the one crown that eluded India for a
Yeah,
long time, and
I would
finally
like
we
to
have.
say one more thing. Shrikant had a dip of form in the Olympic cycle. He could not qualify
Hmm.
into the Olympic Games.
Yes.
And now he played two important matches of his life, World Championship final. Although he lost the World Championship final, and he redeemed
Hmm.
that after 8 months. He was the one
Hmm.
who won the final point for India to get the Thomas Cup. And HS Prannoy,
Yes.
who was thrown out of the top scheme, he was not even funded.
Hmm.
He came back and he played important role to win the tournament. So I would say seniors were more pumped up. Especially, I read somewhere just after quarter, after the Korea Open, they made some kind of a WhatsApp group. The players made kind of WhatsApp group that it's coming home. Even
Oh,
HS Pranoy tweeted. I will share a tweet with you. He said when one of my friend asked him after the draws of Thomas Cup were released, are we going to win medal? He said it's coming home. So the team had the belief, and some dreams definitely do come true. We have All team have five important players. We have only four, but out of four, three always clicked for us, and we won the
hmm.
most prestigious Thomas Cup.
Well, that was indeed a great achievement and a historic one that we will tell our next generations of sports followers. And I would like to thank Akash Joshi for taking out the time and giving us the precious knowledge about this tournament. And that would always be remembered as a watershed moment for Indian badminton. Thanks, Akash. Thanks for your time. And we will cover more of badminton coming forward. So keep watching out our space at this channel. Thank you, Akash, and goodbye. See you.
Good night. Good night.